studio one. Or do two separate ones? I don't know.
I did.
Oh, but this is fine. I mean,
I didn't mind because this is like it's like I'm on the left, you're on the right side, but this is perfectly even though.
okay. Yeah, exactly.
I guess that's okay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it like a hello everybody moment? Hello everybody?
Yeah. Hello everyone. My name is Ian Martinez, marketing specialist of Arturia, getting our live stream together here in this world of live streams.
Yeah.
And this is Composer, an amazing, amazing composer, producer, in a whole bunch of different genres. And he's a sound designer.
Thank you.
Producer extraordinaire. I mean, the guy's amazing.
Thank you.
I envy his talent tremendously. And he happens to be a beast on this PolyBrute. Just saying.
I'm not. I'm okay.
You're okay.
I'm
Okay.
okay.
Well, let's see how okay you are on the board. You know.
Whoa, my screen is like. You see that?
Oh yeah. Look at that. Isn't that great?
What the heck?
Okay. We'll go ahead and play something real quick and just let's give them some sound.
That sounds nuts.
Yeah, it does.
Crazy.
So let's start explaining a little bit about the different components of this board.
Yes. So, first off and foremost, I just want to say that, you know, the folks in France who built this machine and all the designers, the sound designers, and the people who have done the real tutorials online, the in-depth ones, salute to you guys. I have to start off by saying that this is the most powerful synth I've ever played in my life. And I'm not just saying that to, you know, for the cameras and for you guys. Like, I actually mean that. Oh yeah, I dubbed it the last synth you'll ever need.
Last synth you'll ever need, he says.
This is the last synth you'll ever need, okay? You can want a bunch of synths, but this is the last synth you'll ever need, okay? So this is more, for me, this is more of like a welcome to PolyBrute for dummies, because there's a lot of us out there that we don't do all the technical stuff, and I'm still gonna give you technical terms, but you know, it's more so for folks who have never seen this. If you haven't seen this, if you don't know what it is and you just want to get going quick, you know what I mean? There's so many in-depth tutorials online, but like I just want to show you from my perspective today, as I've been getting to know my beautiful PolyBrute here. This is a keeper for the rest of my life. So that's the disclaimer for all the live streams today. So let's just get started with an overlay. I just want to overlay the entire synth to you guys and just break it down in simple layman's terms, okay? So this section right here, can it see my hands with the?
Yes, they can. Yeah.
Are we sure?
It'll switch over here in a second, and Carl switches it over.
This section right here is completely I call this the building blocks, you know.
Synthesis itself.
Yeah, oscillator. So oscillator 1, forget everything you're looking at. This is just oscillator 1, oscillator 2, your noise, and then you also have a sub oscillator right here within oscillator 2. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that when you cut the sub up, it cuts out other aspects of the oscillator. And then within this, we'll dive into each oscillator. But this is just the oscillator section, the mixer, so you can turn down. Let me just get an init patch real quick.
Yeah.
So, hey. Okay. Oh, by the way, so when you just go to start from an initial patch, it's oscillator 1 is the only one that's up, but you have to cut up oscillator 2. So we're gonna keep oscillator 2 down for now, but that's the mixer. You got your noise right here. So cut down oscillator 1, got you. So if you wanna make some hi-hats, or you know, whatever, that's just You want to go to the beach? There it is. Next section is your filter section. So the Steiner filter it's from the other brutes. It's like it's more of a creative
Steiner ladder.
Yeah, Roland. You can get some Rolandy kind of sounds out of it. And the ladder filter is based off of the Moog ladder filter. You guys all know that by now, but I really love the ladder filter. That's my favorite one because it just sounds so classic, and it makes this thing have a certain nostalgia. And so that's like the building blocks right there. The next section is our envelopes. Very, very easy. You know, attack, decay, sustain, release. It's not complicated. Very easy. Don't get overwhelmed. It's going to be all right. The next section, LFOs. Boom. LFO 1, LFO 2, and LFO 3. Okay? And that's the main, if you're going to worry about anything, just start there. Okay? The next section is the matrix section. So this is where you go crazy. So presets, you know, you can, different presets right there. Mod page, you can do all your mods and routing, and the sequencer, which is, we'll get into that later. And the morph section to really dive into the functionality. It's like a utility section for the morphing capabilities. And lastly, well, not lastly, second to lastly, this is the effects and modulation section over here. Ooh. So right up top here, we'll dive into all this stuff later again, but you know, your reverb, your delay, and your other type of modulations right here. And then this is the sequencer section, which is extremely fun. And I said second to lastly, right? So lastly, we have to just, there's a ribbon right here. It's amazing. You can route anything to this ribbon. The most fun thing to route to it is pitch, you know, to kind of, oh, I haven't done it yet. But you can route pitch to that, super easy. And then you have the beloved, behold, you know, the morph.
The morph X.
The morphe. Morphe or morphe?
AB, morph.
Yeah, the morph. Yeah. And you can switch that morph knob right there just like that. So that's an overview of the entire synth. If you've never looked at a synth before, you don't even know anything about synthesis, a lot of us already know. It can look overwhelming, but it's very easy. It's just about taking one step at a time, you know, because that's how you have success with the PolyBrute is by just taking it one step at a time, you know. We all tend to, you know, want to hear a sound like immediately, and that's what the presets are for. So, but don't mind that chord. I wasn't looking at what I was playing here. There's a real chord. Okay, but that's, you know, that's the PolyBrute. Anything I missed?
No, that's great. You got
overview.
all the different parts and the overview of the pieces of it that make it the synth that it is. Okay. You know, yeah. So now that you guys have, you know, hopefully you followed along with that. I'm not a good moderator. I just. No, it sounds great, man. You're overviewing the whole synth for now until we get into the depths of it. Yeah, but, I'm gonna get into depth and be technical because that's where it gets fun, is the technicalities of this. But I also want to portray to you guys the feeling and what is music. Music is a feeling. So, you know, if I don't have a feeling in music, and this gives me a feeling, and that's what I want to give to you guys. So where are we at now? So explaining each section, right? Yeah, the different knobs, the different parameters and modulations, different ways you can tweak and create a synthesized sound from this beast. So I'm going to start on page 5, and if you have a PolyBrute, page 5 is where the init patches start. Init meaning initial patch, initialized patch, okay? That's where they start. Pages 1 through 4 are all presets. So we're going to start with an init patch on page 5. It's a sawtooth right there. It's a classic sawtooth. Simple. You can even make something with just that. It's kind of annoying, but whatever. You know, but if you were to do like a little swell, you know, you could actually make just a sawtooth sound good. Yeah. I want to do that really quick. Let's not even mess with anything. Let's just show the simpleness. Is that a word? Of the envelope. The simplicity. Simplicity. Wow. I went to college too. Yes. The simplicity of this synth, not even talking about everything it can do, but just what it can do with just an initial patch. So let's just start with that. So let's just get a C major chord.
this right here, this little knob, this one little knob right here, everything all right?
I don't know. Are you guys hearing us? No,
Really?
the board itself. Are we not hearing audio, gentlemen? I'm hearing it in the live. Yes.
So, his mic is extremely loud, and we're not getting none of the instruments.
Instrument. Okay, thanks. Okay, so let's do this. Let's create a audio track in Studio One
Okay.
on input 7 and 8.
7 and 8.
Yeah, and then mute the 2 in the Audio Fuse Control Center, the ones we had before.
7 and 8.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then mute the ones in the actual control center. We should have audio coming through. There we go. Sounds good. Mute those 2 right there. Yep.
These 2?
Yeah. Okay. How we doing?
We're good? Can you hear me? I can't hear what you're saying.
Keep playing, you saying?
I don't know. I don't.
It's not coming through?
We can't hear the keyboard. I mean the poly. We can't hear no music, just the vocals now.
But we could hear it before. What in the world? Okay. So is it coming through Studio One? It is. Check. That's our vocal mic.
Nope.
7 and 8. Let's see here.
Excuse me. I don't know what to do.
No, I don't know either. You're not getting anything, Carl?
He said turn the master up.
The master up. Try this one out. Try it now.
No.
How is it not coming through and the vocals are coming through? How does it make any sense? Play it one more time. Is it coming? It's coming through there. Output of audio fuse is coming out of the headphones. You're hearing our vocals,
Mm-hmm.
but you're hearing the keyboard.
It's just really, really, really
Oh.
low.
Okay. Turn it up on the Studio One
I feel like
track.
whatever track it is, turn that up. It might work.
Turn that up.
It shouldn't even have to be like.
I know.
It's look. It's already almost hot in Studio One.
Right. Turn it up a little bit.
I mean, it's gonna blow my ears
Yeah, no,
out.
I know.
Even
It's
just a
too
little
high
bit. Yeah.
That better?
Is that better?
Let's see.
That's good. All right.
Okay.
Are we good now?
Are we good? We're good. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies
right.
and gentlemen.
So,
Live streams up to.
having some technical
Wazoo.
difficulties. We're gonna make it though. I
We're
promise.
Gonna make it.
We're gonna
towards
make it.
Greatness. We have.
We're
3
gonna
hours
make
to
it.
kill,
We're gonna make it.
and this is gonna be an amazing demo.
Yes. So, if you didn't hear my synth, then can we hear it? We're good, right? Okay, great. We're still good. So, if you didn't hear what I was saying, then I'm about to make a. I just want to show the simplicity of just one oscillator and maybe 2, and what can happen before we even dive into the different sections and LFOs, and it's just because even that on this is it's beautiful, so well that's not beautiful yet, but we're gonna get there. So that's just one See this knob right here? Stereo. This is a beautiful knob. It's a great knob. It puts the voices and kind of does like a randomized algorithm where it kind of, if you can hear now on your speakers, listen, so it'll be in the center, and then watch as I start pressing, they start to jump all over the place. So, boom, right there, already better. Now, let's just add take off some of that harshness of the filter. Okay, let's add a little chorus. Add a little release. So if you were to have a Juno 106 or something, same thing. You got your chorus, little envelope, and the oscillator. We're still on just the sawtooth, the main patch that happens. So let's add a little reverb, just to make it, sound. So already, as you can hear, I didn't even do anything yet. I haven't really sunk into the modulations of LFOs and envelopes and what you can do, and it's already just sounds good. It sounds like something nostalgic, But now that we've done that, just wanted to show you guys how it can, be classic. That's the word. I wanted to show how it can be classic, because we all dive into everything, but sometimes I just want to hear the oscillators. Woo, you know what I mean? Like that's fire. What's going on? Are we good?
It's good. Yeah.
Okay, so now that we've done that, let's reset it. Pow! We're back. To reset it, you just tap on the button right there.
And each one of these buttons are a different preset, you guys. Every one of these buttons can be, these things act as a whole bunch of different parameters and different ways of controlling the synth, but these are banks 1 through 8, 1 through 4 are presets that's already been built and come with the PolyBrute at this point, and we're going to be adding more to them. But from 5 through 8 at this point, they're all init patches for you to create your own.
Right, so let's just start over here, because what I love about this is the tuning. You can get really good and easy results quickly with just the tuning. So I'm turning up VCO 1 and 2 together. These dots right here that are next to it show what filter it's going through. So the one with the orange ring around it is going through the Steiner filter. The one with the green ring is going through the ladder filter. For now, we're just going to go through the ladder filter just to keep things simple. We'll come to the Steiner filter in a minute. But I wanted to show the oscillator. So I love tuning. This is naturally, it comes tuned 7th. So it goes up 7 semitone. Seven semitones. You can change that as well deeper in the menu, which we'll do a deep dive. In our deep dive live stream, we'll go into that. This is more of an overview. But let's just see what kind of sounds we can get out of just tweaking these right here. So I'm going to turn the VCO 1. I'm actually going to turn off VCO 2 so we can hear VCO 1. And I'm going to change the waveform a little bit. Adding VCO2. Let's add the sub to VCO2 because it's really nice. There's a lot of frequency modulation things. Frequency modulation is when one oscillator modulates another oscillator. So that would be, right here, so frequency 2 plus 1 means that this second oscillator is going to modulate the first oscillator. So And it can get very extreme and very brutal fast. You like the way? Yeah.
Oh, man, this guy's
you
full
know.
of them. Full of jokes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But we're going to save that for the deep dive. But I wanted to just hear these oscillators. And let's add a little noise in too. Woo! Sheesh. That's heavy. That's hot. Woo! That filter is nasty. Come on. Like, that filter is crazy. So now that we have some noise. So you're hearing a sub. You're hearing the VCO1, which is kind of like it's a saw. And the wave on VCO2 is kind of like a square. I have it, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it's on the square. Like, let me just do this. Interesting. Okay, so something I just figured out. If the sub is up, that's what it does. If the sub is up, it negates all of these, the pulse width and stuff. It's just the sub. But if it's not up, you can, that's what it is. From earlier when I said it changes something, that's what it does. So let's cut the sub back up. That's going to take over the oscillator.
That bass,
Turn down the noise a little bit. Turn back up VCO1. I want to turn down the... Okay, another thing too. If you have the PolyBrute, the tune knob right here, when this light goes off, that means it's not going to be an octave. That sounds nice too.
Yeah.
But when the light turns on, no matter where you are, that's when you know you're an octave of up or down or whatever it is.
Right.
So if I turn it down,
right.
light goes on again.
Right,
So
right.
that's an easy way to know. That's an easy way to know if, you know, where you are instead of guessing. I mean, if you
Right,
can't hear it, you
right.
know. Then.
Indicator.
So we're gonna leave that there.
Cool.
All right, let's start messing with the filter, because I like to. I mean, all of us, we're pretty simple. We just go straight for the cutoff, which, you know, why not? It's beautiful. Cutting the resonance up. A little bite, little crunch. So you see how I'm doing this? We can do this with an LFO. Should we do that?
Yeah.
All right. So instead of me doing this with the, I want something else to do that. So let's make LFO 1 modulate the cutoff. I don't know if I'm rushing ahead here, but
Well,
am I rushing ahead? I can't tell.
No. Let's go ahead and try it out.
All right. So I jumped to the mods page. Simple. This is a simple demonstration of how to mod the cutoff with an LFO. So we have our destinations here, and we have our modulation sources here. I'm not sure which one it is. Yeah, modulation source here and the destinations here. So this is a grid. So if I want to modulate the cutoff filter, LFO 1, find cutoff filter, I can hold down whichever one's empty. So number 4 is empty, so I can hold down. All I got to do is just twist. Boom. Now it's immediately routed. So anything on the board that you want it to be. So if I wanted it to be master cutoff, boom, it's changed to master cutoff. If I wanted it to be key tracking, boom, key tracking. So we're just going to go back to cutoff, super easy. Now column. Column number 4 is the ladder cutoff right there. So go to LFO 1 in column 4, boom. Still not going to work yet. Why doesn't it work? Because you have to turn up the amount.
And you control it all from this knob.
And now if I hold down, now LFO 1 is controlling this. So I just want to do like let's just use the triangle because it's a little bit sharper than a sine, but it's kind of like a sine. So, woo, and then, woo. And since I want everything to be even and on time, I'm going to use the retrig. We'll dive into this later, but every time I trigger the notes, the LFO will evenly, perfectly and evenly. That sounds nice, right?
Yeah.
That sounds good. So let's see, where are we? So let me add a little release to that, actually. Mind you guys, this is still, you know, a regular sawtooth with the sub. It's easy.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Wow, that's already a lot right there. Let me see. So what's next? We did okay, so we overview. I'm trying to just figure out exactly like where we are. Can't hear you anymore.
Yeah.
No, I can. Let's make this sound a little bit more interesting by messing with these oscillators a little more because the metalizer is really interesting. It kind of makes it. I wish I had a waveform and like a oscilloscope to show what it does to the wave, but you guys can look it up all over online. But it kind of metalizes and adds resonance and
A sharpness to it, an edge to it.
yeah. But just want to note that this knob right here that has the, like I said, PolyBrute for dummies, right here, dummy right here. This knob right here that has the triangle and the ramp wave is the only one that's connected to the metalizer. So if you want to, do anything else, the metalizer is only connected directly to this, which this is connected to this, which has a square wave. Square wave.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
Actually, yeah, that's a new word, a squave.
So the squave on next to the
square
triangle
wave.
and the sawtooth.
That's stupid. Square wave, yeah, and this is like a sigma sign, or I'm not sure what sign that is, honestly, but
Random?
no, it's definitely not a random. It's like a Greek letter.
I don't remember.
Just remember that, guys. This is PolyBrute for dummies, okay? This knob right here. I like the square. You hear the metalizer? So, yeah, let's turn off this LFO for now. Make it slower. That's actually that's fire right there. Since you said random, I do want to point out that LFO1 right now, we're still in LFO1. There are random options. So there's stepped random and smooth random. So it can make anything, do that kind of like a sample and hold. Step random. And then there's smooth random. That's kind of cool. That's crazy, right? That's nuts, right? I don't know. Am I the only one that thinks that this is crazy? Like you're making something from scratch. And by the way, the sub is down. So let's make this a little more interesting. Add some effects. That's what we all want to hear. We want to hear it sound all pretty, right?
Right.
Let's just turn the delay down and reverb down. I just want to focus on the modulation page because it starts with a chorus. I think the sweet spot is really kind of halfway because with the intensity knob, it doesn't tell you what it does, but it actually does multiple things. So it makes it vibrato. The vibrato goes up more. Sometimes the panning goes a little bit more. It does a lot of things, even though it says intensity. It's less descriptive, but. But the sweet spot is kind of in the center for the chorus.
Right.
But I'm not really, the phaser is cool. Let's see. That's cool. You see how it like changes the rate of the intensity? Okay. But then there's this alt menu, which is my favorite one. I love the alt menu. When you press it, the menu comes up right here. So you can go 1 through 7. I like downsampler because it just sounds like bit crushing. It's bit crushing essentially. So let's just. I love that. I don't know. I love the way that sounds. And just in case you forgot, or you're just now joining us, we're still running through LFO1. So we haven't messed with any of the other LFOs. We haven't messed with any of the other envelopes, which is a whole other thing to talk about. We're still not using the Steiner filter, which makes even deeper modulation. We're not key tracking. This is kind of still simple, you know, to where anybody could do this right here. It's just the simple aspects of it. So I don't really like the downsample is cool, but let's just go to the, let's see. Let's try the flanger. I think the flanger is actually, and by the way, these effects are the best effects that I've ever heard in a synth. And I can speak for probably 80% of the population out there. Effects that are in synths, and no disrespect to any other company, but effects that are in synths on board usually don't sound that good. But thanks to the DSP power and of Arturia, it's amazing. Like they almost sound like they could be. I don't know. It's like it's really. I really love these effects.
It's a digital effect board. So you have the analog oscillators, analog filters, and digital effects. So it's kind of a hybrid synth that gives you this fatness with the cleanness at the same time.
But really good digital, right?
Right.
Digital can sometimes be frowned upon,
or,
right, amongst us analog heads, right? But for all you analog heads out there, this DSP effect section is incredible. So let's try the flanger. So let's just go. Right? I'm trying to find what I really love. I think the chorus was good, actually. Hold on, let me see. Let's just try the chorus one more time. Let me do my little sustain pedal stuff. I'm sorry, guys. I'm picky. I need more. Let's go to. Let's do. No, the flanger was good. Okay. Now that we have our modulation, little reverb, that'll help. The same way that there's an alt button, an alt menu on the modulation, there's also one on the reverb and the delay. But for the reverb, I love the alt on the delay, and my favorite one is the delayed plate. It kind of has that shimmer, but it also, I don't know, honestly, I don't know what it does. I just know that. That's the honest, I don't know what they did, but delayed plate, the fifth one in the reverb algorithm is amazing. Let me cut the reverb down, the release down, so you guys can hear. Let's turn it up halfway. Mind you, let me just remind you again that this is still the simple oscillator section. We haven't metalized anything. There's no one oscillator, two oscillators actually. The LFO, simple attack, decay, sustain, and release, and just one modulation on this entire grid of modulations that can go absolutely crazy. I like their reverb, so let's just keep that at halfway kind of. And then let's just dive into the alt menu on the delay, because you can really, really go crazy. I like number 7, the Bucket Brigade delay spread. I think it's really fantastic. Let me make a little plucky sound so you can really hear. And by the way, if any of you know what analog delays sound like, they have really got it down. It almost makes it sound like an analog Bucket Brigade delay, the way that the delay time is when you hit it. So, and then for demonstration purposes, let's crank the regeneration. We're gonna get crazy right now. Okay, let's do the release all the way up. And watch this, okay?
Like an analog delay.
It's like an analog delay.
Yeah.
It's really good. I don't know if they're watching right now. Good job on the delay, guys. Fantastic job. So let's get something a little more realistic. I really just like the one that comes right out the box is really the best one. It's just the simple Bucket Brigade. Yeah, I like that. Subtle. Subtle's good. Sometimes less is more, guys. We can go crazy. Look at, you just heard it go crazy, and now we're going simple again. Kind of subtle. We've done the mods now. We've done the oscillator section, the filter. We haven't even, the deep dive is for the next section. But really quickly, I just want to open up the sequencer. A lot of you guys out there love sequencing. Me, personally, I love to just play. I just love to just, I just make my own sequence. But if you don't want to do that and you are used to using sequencers, it's super dope to do it in here. Literally, PolyBrute for dummies. All you got to do, hit record, boom. Don't even think about it, just boom. So it just recorded it. All I did was hit record. That's all you have to do. Don't stress, okay? Then hit play. So if you want to add a little bit more to that, because I do, you hit sequence length, you actually hold sequence length, and then you just press the section that you wanted to add it to. So now I can even start here, per se, and hit record, start here, and now it can add more. So now we have this. Let's slow it down a little bit. Cool. Super easy to get a sequence out, If you wanted to hold say one part of it, let's just clear this. You hit the left arrow and then hit sequencer. It'll clear the whole thing for you. If you want to hold out a note, hit record. So you hold it and you just tap where you want it to go. So how far you want it to be. So if I want it to spread for that long, it'll do that. And then the lights will be dimmed. And now just keep playing your sequence. And then I didn't set the sequence length, but anyway. I don't think that's what I played. It's because I played over the first note. That's why it sounds different. But yeah, that's how you can hold notes. And you see how they're dimmed?
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah,
That means it's like holding out. So.
Wow. So that sounds amazing.
Woo! That's cool. All I did right there, guys, was I just hit sync to sync the LFO to the whatever I guess the BPM or sync it to it syncs.
Yeah.
It syncs, and then I just did the ramp wave to get that kind of. And so if I cut down the filter.
Nice. Okay. Well, gentlemen, let's come back to our next segment, which will be at 1 o'clock PST, 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in about 50 minutes. Let's take a break.
Take a break.
And let's dive deeper into this in the next segment. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching thus far. Appreciate you finding our user group channel here. And let's make it work. Thank you so much.
Sounds good.
Composer in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Are we good?
Yeah, check your press.